Hey Eric, this is Trevor from CrowdTamers doing a audit of PointGenie. You asked us to do one as part of a response outreach we did. More than happy to take a few minutes to kind of walk through what I see that's good, what I see that I might change, and some indications of how you could find out for yourself what may or may not be effective for you. Cool. So PointGenie listed here in the App Store. You asked for review. You do also have pointgenie.com, your actual home domain. And I think it's useful to look at them both and consider the messaging you're sending. So, cool. First of all, local places and experiences as a tagline. Cool. Okay, I get it a little bit. Places by color status. I don't know what that means. Is this I can search places by color status? Once I've searched a place, you tell me about its color status? It's like for the very first screen I would see on a phone, right? If I were to decrease my screen width to something more like how a phone would look at it, or I guess it doesn't work correctly there, but whatever. Having that be my very first impression, I don't know what you do. And knowing nothing about what you do, I get the idea that this color status is important as a unique differentiator for your product, but I don't understand what value it brings. Crowd levels and waiting times. Okay, I see you've got crowd here. I don't see waiting times, but whatever, that's fine. Crowd levels I can get in Google Maps, I think. I don't know why I need a separate app for that, right? If I use Google Maps or if I use Yelp or any other similar app, I can get a review, which might be like Vibes, and in Google Maps for sure, and also I think maybe not in Yelp. There's some other app I can recall as well where I can get the actual like how busy the store is. So for unique value prop, I don't know what it is yet. You surely have one, but on these first two screens, I don't really see it. Explore and connect locally. I am getting real old school Yelp feelings, right? Yelp back in the day. Yelp now, of course, has become this weird local market, like just panjandrum of bizarreness that is not focused the way it used to be. It used to just be basically restaurants and I guess other local businesses. Now it's become a bit broader. But how do I find Yelp on? Wait, I want to go. Hang on. I wanted to rather compare Yelp to you here on the App Store. So, come on, cool. Here we go. Yep. Search. Not there. Continue. Store. Here we go. So. Here we are. If I find Yelp. Cool, this one, local food and services. Cool, all right. And like when I look at your review page or your iTunes page and their iTunes page, right? They start with one, their brand identity is strong enough they don't have to say anything else. But discover top rated spots is the first, like, what we actually do. Okay. Browse dishes and more. I mean, they're clearly super, super restaurant oriented here, right? Particularly in the pandemic, of course, I'm going to be ordering from local restaurants, right? Okay, cool. Then something else worth noting that you're not doing here, right? They start not with their bug fix notice, right? They start with an overview of the features and everything about their app. And then they have what's new for you. In your case, I'm in the wrong place. In your case, you start with this, right? Which is, again, not a value prop. It's, I guess, a update on your most recent push. Okay. Now here's your actual value prop. Human curated status from the places around you. What type of places? Like, what's the status mean? I still feel like this is a very unclear value prop. Looking for the next terrific experience, we got you. Okay. This human curated application allows you to find your places by color status in a way that everyone knows what it is a traffic light. Okay, we have a new layer of information. I mean, this sounds super business bullshitty. Like if I'm a 15-year-old looking for a little older, 18-year-old, right, just in college, looking for a place to go hang out and get beers. New layer of information curated by users who works as the reporter and provide their experience in a seamless interface. I have already decided, one, to never install your app, and to two, whoever you are, I'm never talking to you again, right? You found the opposite of cool. 3 colors advise the ambient status and the perception of the user who visited the place most recently. Green, yellow, red. What's the vibe? Okay. So the vibe is kind of like, how cool is it? How much did you enjoy it? How good was the, like, did it do what I wanted it to? Okay, just general overall vibe. Cool. And then crowd levels in the bars. Okay, it makes sense. Food near you, discover local businesses, explore before heading there. Social media features. Okay, so 2 things. One, I had to go this far down to find out what this vibe meter means, and even still I'm not completely sure I know. Crowd level, I get it, sure. These features really do sound like old school Yelp or Foursquare, which is cool. Those were great apps, right? And arguably they kind of lost their mission. So, and then find people, yep. That's 100% sounds like the old school Yelp influencer programs they used to do. And got it. Okay. So I get all this, but I don't get what makes you unique still, right? And when you're launching a startup, you want to have something that is valuable, unique, and defensible. And I don't see any of those 3 things in part of what you're talking about. So core messaging, core branding could maybe stand a little more attention to help differentiate you from other people who are making similar apps. Let me scroll around like a maniac while I try and do this. There we go. Going to grab this, and I'm going to do a quick check with a word frequency counter. Don't mind me, I'm going to grab this. I'm also going to grab off your home page here. Sure. Well, no, this is the wrong. Yeah, this is a different. This is a different audience. Okay, your home page is pretty clearly, with the exception of this hero div, is pretty clearly business oriented. Business oriented. Not this one. This one's kind of generic. That's business oriented. That's business oriented. That's business oriented. That could go either way, and that's clearly consumer oriented. So you've got a bit of mix of messaging. I get why the website should be on the B2B side, whereas the app should be on the B2C side. That said, I'll look at the B2C side of this marketplace first and kind of analyze what shows up frequently. So, all right. What I see here, just real quick, the words you talk about the most once we get rid of pronouns and articles and conjunctions and common just short words. Place, status, places actually is far and away like it's the second most common word in your list once you include common plurals, right? Okay, cool. So 17 times in your App Store description, you've got place. Got it. Status comes next. Okay, crowd, cool, local experience. So your copywriting is not like way off point. I just think you aren't explaining what you do well enough within the stricture of those keywords. Right? Like these are showing up relatively frequently. They are the most common. Like if we do your place, your status, crowd, place, your status, crowd, 5, local, experience, find, PointGenie, curated, location. Like these are all of your top 10 like real word keywords. A whole lot of good ones are in there. So that's cool. but I think we're still lacking the explanation of how everything works. Now, if I look at the B2B side, a quick way to kind of get a feeling for what you're talking about is often to grab the text from your H1s and your H2s, which is commonly enough the most important thoughts for a given page, and just see what's showing up there. So in this case, it is student, business, store, visitors, management, platform. Clearly very business side that way. Okay, cool. I don't know, as I'm looking at this, how it works. You've got a how you do it section, which if I visit there, this is software powered by AI. Okay, but I don't get, like, how's the simple software is installed to enable you to count your store visitors. How is it installed? Is it on my POS? Is it on my customers' phones? Like, what's happening here? I don't understand the fundamentals of how this works. Our artificial bot does some stuff cool, and then we display it as part of your business dashboard. It'd be real handy to have an actual dashboard to see here. Beyond that, this is all like, these are clearly placeholder graphics, or I guess bot graphics, right? This, like, I think this is the humans collection. That you don't have any actual product analytics makes this look very speculative. If this is a functioning product, I don't see any indications here that it is. And you're speaking to the business here largely. I would chop out like this low temperature, low relevancy, right, to the right people, to the people you won't be talking to. This is pretty good. Contactless menus. This is a bunch of features that the brands want. This actually goes too fast to read. Like, I read real fast, and I still can't read every info on this slide. And there's no way to, like, stop animation on hover or other common ones. So, okay. With that said, let me check something else out here and just see if I check you out here and look at PointGenie. I find you. I don't think you're currently running any ads. No, you are not. And if I go looked at your page on LinkedIn, let me grab it up. I'll be able to see if you run any ads on LinkedIn either, although I don't believe you are. Last time I looked, you were not. I just haven't looked this morning. So, here we go. PointG. All right. So looking here at posts and looking here at ads, nothing. Okay, cool. So what that means is you're not running any ads right now, so you're not experimenting with any ideas around how to distribute your messaging. That's the number one thing. Once you think you have the right approach to get someone's attention, you need to try ideas out. Right now, you aren't particularly trying any ideas out, right? You have your home page and you have your iTunes page. And what people do with those, I mean, you've got analytics tracking this, but you're not testing anything with an Optimizely tag or with a Google optimized tag or through running a variety of ads on Facebook or LinkedIn. So my instinct behind PointGenie is you've got a product that does a cool thing, but it needs work to make it clear how it's different and better than the app everyone already has on their phone, which is either Apple Maps or Android Maps. like some way of making it clear that, hey, this was a restaurant you never would have found without our intervention, can help. Um, on the business side, emphasizing how easy this is to use, how they don't have to do much more than sign up is also important, because they're, restaurant owners have enough going on to not add more complexity into the mix. They can avoid it. Yeah. So you've got a product, like the UI in the actual product looks pretty good. You've got I think the kernel of an idea, I think it needs more refinement before you can accurately say how good or how bad market adoption might be. I think I'll wrap it up with that. That's all the ideas I have for what I would work on. My suggestion for what to do, and I'll drop you a link to the article. But I'd follow our usual experiment process to say, hey, this is how to discover if your branding and your messaging is functioning, and if not, how can we test some new ideas to find what's high performance. That's the usual approach CrowdTamers takes. We found it works pretty well to get startups up to a couple million a year in revenue by using math and statistics to find the best way to talk about your brand and your business, instead of going with a gut instinct and hoping it works. Thanks for the opportunity to do a review. Appreciate it, Eric. And if you have any questions, drop me a line. Let me know. Thanks.